Hello everyone and welcome to this AstroTarot reading, and thank you to all subscribers. Thank you for liking and sharing. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me in here. I'm very grateful, and also I think it's important that we create these spaces for ourselves to help our imagination come alive again, and like we were just like when we were kids, to tune in to the energy between us and whomever and whatever may be out there, out in space, to allow ourselves to just travel out with whatever is showing up in our imagination, perhaps using our imagination as a tool, communication tool between us here on planet Earth and between us here on Earth and whomever and whatever may be out there in space. I mean, we don't know. There are a lot of experts saying this and saying that, but I really trust that we have the tools within ourselves. We are plasma, we are light, we can transcend time and space if we wish to. It's just a matter of adapting to new levels of awareness, of consciousness. So perhaps for some of you, you have had encounters, paranormal activity going on, maybe in your home or in your home area, or maybe you have experienced it in a different place where you spent your vacation perhaps, but either way, this can become very, very real for many people, that we actually start to see light beings, we start to see UFOs, we see crafts that we cannot explain from a rational point of view, according to the social education that we have all received and that we are all a product of. So I really think that the time is now to really step more out of our routines that we have been brought up to follow in our life, and also allow ourselves to change our point of views on what's really going on stepping more into the metaphysical world. So that's the space that I'm trying to create here through my channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. And let's begin by pulling some astrology cards to see where in our charts we can expect some of these cosmic frequencies coming in. Let's see what's going on. I hope you're all doing well out there, no matter where you are in the world. A lot is going on, and I hope that you take great care of yourselves, that you remember to take really good care of your body, to eat responsible, maybe cleanse your drinking water, do meditation or slow down, not living too stressful. Okay, we have a planet card out. Let's just see if there are other cards coming out. Okay, so we have a planet card coming out here, and the planets are always showing up as us in the chart, holding the specific characteristics of each planet, okay? But recently I have also felt that the planets can also be kind of orbs or concentrated energy showing up in a specific area of our life, surrounded by some particular zodiac sign energies, okay? So it can also be like an orb, like in this picture. I know it's a planet, but it feels like an orb, concentration of energy showing up in a particular area of our lives. Okay, so let's see what kind of planet we should be focusing on right now, the moon, okay? And as I'm doing this reading, we have a full moon in Virgo, which means that the sun right now is in Pisces. So the moon rules in the 4th house of the zodiac, where we also find Cancerian energies. And so with the sun in another water sign, Pisces, we have an underlining of both our plasma and our light being affected by remembrance, our past, routines and patterns, which the moon is standing for, and also remembrance, going back in time, our dreams, our longings in life, and also illusions and disillusions. Okay, so there is something here where we are enormously affected. Our emotional body is very much affected at the moment, and there's a spotlight on that. With the full moon in Virgo, it is all about health and work and our calling in life, actually practical daily routines, where we are now asking ourselves, what do we feel about it all? What do we feel about our routines? Is our job a complete reflection of our calling in life? How do we feel about it? Okay, and we can also see how the moon is reflecting itself here. So with the moon, it is all about our unconscious, whatever is going on in our unconscious, our unconscious response, our inner emotions, and also our sensitivity. It is also where we feel secure. It is pointing back in time, and therefore also back to our childhood. Where did we feel safe in life? And also pointing to our home. So maybe we need to ask ourselves right now, we need to tune in, ask ourselves, where do we feel at home in life? Where do we feel secure? So what about our house? What about our home? What about our practical daily routines? What about our health? Are we working so much that our health is suffering from it? And I definitely know that from the situation here in Denmark, where I'm recording this video, we have a lot of focus on stress right now. People are coming up with all kinds of diagnoses, which is just coming from a bad working environment or bad health in general, you know, that people don't take care of themselves. They're not eating enough vegetables, for example, or they're drinking too much alcohol, or they're on too much medication, stuff like that. There's really a great focus here on water as well. So as I said in the beginning of the video, maybe it's important right now that we cleanse our drinking water, that whatever we are putting into our body responds accordingly. And we must remember that the moon is a reflection of our soul, our feelings, our psychic abilities, remembrance. So since the sun is highlighting the moon right now in Virgo, there is a very tangible energy here of taking care of ourselves, our daily practical routines, and really start to ask ourselves, where's our calling in life? And with the sun in Pisces, it's all about charity. It's all about unconditional love. It's about giving out just because we can. It's about being open to see things from a completely different perspective. Okay, here we just open. We start to open up to other dimensions, other worlds perhaps, to open up to our psychic abilities as well. So a great focus point on the moon. So where you have your moon right now is of great significance. Okay, so remember to check out your charts. I have left the link down below so that you can easily find your natal charts. Okay, so let's pull some tarot cards to see what the message seems to be here from the moon. And the moon is the closest planet to Earth, and we all know how we are affected by the moon, and especially during full moons we can see how people are going almost crazy. There can be some kind of lunatic behavior. People are very much emotional responsive, and so let's see what the tarot has for us, if we can get some more specifics out on this. And so maybe this is not only how we show up right now in the world, but it can also be the energy showing up in the particular area of our lives, in our charts. So go with however you feel about this. So we are very much intuitively strong here, okay, with this card. very much intuitively strong. Okay, I'll just begin by showing you the first card that did come out here. We have King of Cups, and with the King of Cups, yeah, we can see in the background. To me, this is Saturn with all its rings, because this is some kind of authority, which is also pointing back to Saturn's energies. So with King of Cups here, with the cups, we are in our emotional bodies, opening up to our psychic abilities. We become here with the King very mature. He's like the master healer, the master artist. He's just mature in many ways, and he's open, and he's the one who is very caring and loving, and very receiving in the way he is standing out on the world stage. So we're coming out with the moon here. We are very much in our emotional bodies, okay? We become mature, or we have the ability or the possibility now to become mature, to actually be able to open up to be clear sentience, where we just feel very clearly what's going on. We have here the ability to move below the water surface, to really see how everything is interconnected, okay? And I feel that King of Cups is very much a link back to the sun in Pisces. So we're becoming mature now to start to see the truth, which is also placed in Pisces. Going back to how things were originally, how did it all begin? And also with Pisces, there is some kind of religious aspect, but religion in the sense of going back to the original. You know, we all say that love is what matters the most. So what was it really all about? It was all about love. And so we are having very much, very strong electromagnetic responses right now, because the sun is highlighting the moon. And since they are both connected to water, they have a very strong effect on us. And I think that's why this full moon, as you also of course have Saturn here moving into Pisces today. Okay, great. So there is something also here. If you haven't seen my or watched my full moon reading video, I've left a link at the end of this video, so please go check that out. There could be some messages there for you as well. Remember that my readings are general readings, so take with you what resonates 100%, okay, and just leave the rest behind. So so very emotional, and actually today I felt very much at peace. That is also something that is very much characterizing Piscean energies, that we come to peace with ourselves. We are ready to leave something behind. We are ready to give it up for something that is higher than ourselves. We see a greater purpose in things. We connect to greater powers. So what are we ready now in our patterns and routines through the moon? What are we ready to give up for something higher than ourselves? And again, pointing back to Virgo, where the moon is full right now. Our calling in life. Where's our calling in life? Did we forget about love? Did we forget that in the beginning it was all about love? It was all about paradise. In Pisces we have these glasses of paradise. You know, we're wearing them all the time because we only see through the eyes of love, or through the glasses of love. Very emotional, very sensitive energy here. So let's just pull some extra tarot cards to see what... Okay, I'll try a different card deck. Actually, I also brought with me here. So let's see what's coming out from this card deck. Let's see. And remember that if you want to purchase these card decks yourself, I have left all the information down below this video. And how interesting is this? I was just shuffling this card deck, and I hadn't noticed that a card from a different card deck actually had snuck itself in here. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Wow, the Magician, beautiful, new beginnings. Okay, the first card in the major arcana, that's the major energy right now. We are being more creative. We can see how everything is interconnected. When we put a little bit of water in this cup and we add something over here in that cup and we stir it, there's a product coming out of that. Something new is coming out here. We are being much more creative, and we are beginning a new life circle here. A completely new beginning where we are creating. We are creating from our imagination, our fantasy. That is the tool of communication between us here on Earth and whatever is going out in space. We are antennas, and we are beginning to remember that now. Back to the water, where the sun is igniting that right now. Plasma coming in to ignite our waters. Okay, so that we start to remember, we start to open up, we start to go back to the original. We are creating something completely new now in that realm or that space called emotions. Okay, so let's just pull few cards here from this card deck to see what's coming in here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have some cards coming out from. Okay, so the first card to come out from this card deck is Page of Wands, and Page of Wands is all about plasma. The wands are pointing back to all the fire element, to all the fire signs in the zodiac. So remember to check out where you have all the water signs through King of Cups, and where you have the fire signs here, and especially where you have your moon, of course. So maybe you have your moon in a water sign, then you will be very much emotional affected during this full moon, and maybe you have your moon in a fire sign. So go with your intuition when you start reading your chart, see where your intuition is leading you. Okay, but with Page of Wands, something unexpected is coming in here, or there could be news from afar. There's always movement with the wands and the fire element. So unexpected things can come in right now. Yeah, it's coming out of the hiding. It's coming from out from the shadow sides. The full moons are always about releasing stuff that has been hidden for us, something that we may not have been able to see, or maybe some stuff that we just didn't want to see. Okay, something unexpected is coming in here. Okay, something unexpected is coming in, news from afar, or I feel more like wisdom, information, something of a completely unexpected nature that makes it possible for us, through these new beginnings that we're creating, something unexpected can happen now. It's like it's up in the open. We can see how this woman in this card, she's throwing up her wand in the air. Everything is up in the air. Anything can happen at the moment, okay? Then we have Eight of Pentacles coming out as well. Beautiful cards here. With the Pentacles, we are back in Saturn energies, okay? Here at the card of the King of Cups. We're back in our materialistic lives. Everything that is regarding our finances, home life, accommodation situation, job and career situation as well, our practical daily routines. Eight of Pentacles is pointing to that there is now new learning coming in, or maybe improved learning or improved knowledge, more information coming in. We can see how this woman is sitting with a candlelight in her hand. So back to the fire element as well. There's a lot of light in this card actually with all the rainbow colors. So there is new learning coming in here, something quite unexpected. And it's something that we can see, since I'm reading for the collective here, it will be about our financial situation, both on a national level and international level. it will be about the job market and also real estate. So it's about that right now. Something is up in the open, something unexpected is coming in, because we have chosen now to create a new beginning. And when we do that, we are open now in Pisces to see all of it, okay, to dive deeper and see the all of it, to see how everything is really interconnected here. And we have a strong intuition, and we are clear sentience here, okay, so we can start to feel what it is that might be coming here. And there is more learning about how the financial structure in the world is really put together, how the real estate market is really, what are the grounding energies, since we have with earth element we have to do with earth element here. It's about the grounding of it all, the structure of it all. Okay, so remember to check out where you have also the earth zodiac signs. In particular, very strong focus on Virgo, since Virgo is an earth sign as well. So definitely Virgo energies very important as well. So check out where first of all, where this full moon is happening in your chart. In Virgo, what area of life is that pointing to? And also figure out where you have your personal moon, okay? And try to see those two added together, what kind of message is coming out for you. But definitely improved learning here, or new knowledge coming in for us. So let's see which group, cosmic group or cosmic energy that we are surrounded by at this moment. Who's coming in to assist us? What are we, or I would like to say, what kind of energies are we tuning into through this matrix that is surrounding everything that is? When we tap into that, what energies is it possible for us now to connect with, to step into, to have a closer look at, to really. What we also can do here with Piscean energy is that we can actually feel, we become more empathic. We can actually start to feel what it is like maybe to be in a different place in space, okay? That's what the water is all about in our bodies. We have the possibility of feeling what it is to live in those places that we are transcending to, or that we are transitioning to, where we are traveling to through our light. We have the ability to feel through our water what it means to be there, what it means to be living there, okay? So it's very important now that we pick up on emotional impulses, however crazy they may be at this time, when we have the full moon. And it's actually snowing quite wildly right now in Denmark, so it's also frozen water. It's like water from the sky coming in to maybe cleanse us. Okay, we have the pentagram here. Card number 35. Remember to go with the colors and numbers wherever you feel that it's taking you or leading you, because that could be a personal message just for you from past on loved ones or from your personal spirit guides. But the pentagram is talking about this 5-pointed star. It's talking about harmony, protection, and idealism. And idealism is exactly what's going on in Pisces. We see everything through these paradise glasses that we seem to be wearing, okay? That's how we are really starting to see things. The ideal world built on love. Could we create something from that right now, from our deeper emotional bodies? Could we create something new? So we are doing that right now, or we have the ability to do that. And something new and unexpected is coming out of that, okay? Physical action, completely unexpected physical action is coming out from all of this. And it's like we want to travel out there. Page of Wands is a very innocent kind of energy. It's just presenting itself through this orb. It's just presenting itself and say, you know what? These are new possibilities coming in quite unexpectedly. Is that something you want to work with? Everything is out in the open now. We are completely open to new learning about our materialistic structure in life. Why do we live in this civilization? Why have we built up things from the ground the way we have? Okay, so the pentagram is coming in here to remind us that now is the time to go into greater harmony, to really start to tune into idealism, because there is a possibility that we can actually create that paradise here right now. Okay, so let's pull a card to see what it is that is being ignited. Is there something, what is it from Cosmos that is being ignited? What kind of higher learning is it that is coming in? What is being ignited within us, in our light? And we are fragments of the sun. So the sun is our ego with everything that we consist of. Our ability to communicate, our ability to take action. It's about our willpower. It's everything. It's our talents and gifts. So let's see what it is that's being ignited right now. What's coming in to ignite us, to ignite our light, to help us move up on higher levels of awareness and consciousness. Being more able to take appropriate action on that. We have two cards coming out, and the first one is Crown Chakra Upgrade. There we go. Divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. Okay, our crown chakra, and actually feel through the white color. I have the amethyst here, which actually is connected with Piscean energy. I don't know if you can have a clear look at it. This deep purple stone here, or crystal here. That's really pointing to our crown chakra as well. So I feel that with the white color, it's actually a level up. It's leveling up. It's the point we have further out. When we move further out from our head, it's actually higher than our crown chakra. That's how it's coming in for me. We are really starting to go so much out in our move, so deeply out in our higher self, that we are now in the realm, in the belt, where we can begin to pick up energies from cosmos, but where we also still very much linked to our own light bodies here. Okay. And the other card coming out with the crown chakra up, yeah, and of course it's an upgrade, exactly, crown chakra upgrade. Okay, we are moving further out in our higher selves. That's what we do first of all before we start to connect with whomever or whatever is out there. And the card came out with this card, Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. And here we also have a reference back to the cups in the tarot. Our emotional bodies, right? We are starting to pick up on that. And actually I mostly work with the astral body, and that is exactly where we start to pick up these cosmic emotional impulses. Okay, so we are what we seek, we become what we seek. There is something that we are going to discover within ourselves, creating a whole new beginning here. Also we have the fire element here, and maybe we finally discovered that what is sacred is actually our water. I'm not religious, but it says in the Bible that Jesus turned water into wine. I actually think that it was the other way around, that he actually turned everything into water. He cleansed the water somehow through his own aura field, using his aura field. And we can do the same. It's like we're beginning to discover now that we have healing abilities within us, actually back to King of Cups as well. And with Saturn coming in or moving into Pisces, Saturn is about our civilization. It is about how we are controlling things. It is about time and karma and responsibility and taking things seriously and being ambitious. So it is really now about time that maybe we find that the structure of it all, the most holy thing in our civilization is love, and it is strongly connected to our waters, to the water we have in our bodies, okay? So there are some kind of holy experiences coming in, maybe biblical times, but definitely something that is taking us back in time with the moon. We start to remember, and most of all, we start to connect with it. That's what we do through the light. We are being ignited here. We are beginning to take physical action on this, and we finally start to understand that we already are. You know, we just are. Through King of Cups, we don't have to have opinions about this and that all the time, spending a lot of time communicating through speaking and writing. No, it's more like the inner energies here, turning just turning within, because that's where we're going to find how holy we really are, how much we can heal ourselves, also back to King of Cups and Piscean energies, okay? So let's just go a little bit more cosmic here and see what these cards are going to present to us, okay? But really important now with the pentagram also, it is reminding me of the Matrix, that there's a star within a star within a star within a star. It's like, boom, we have this whole of communication, this breakthrough of communication here, when we start to allow ourselves and our imagination to tune in with everything that is, with the grid there is around everything that is, with being interconnected, okay? 3 plus 5 is also 8, and 8 is pointing to the flow. We know how when we're writing the number 8, we can keep going like this. So it's always about abundance and flow. So we are coming much more into the flow of that. And also pointing very much to the Earth zodiac signs as well. I feel that what's going on right now, that kind of idealism is actually becoming something tangible for us. Harmony is becoming tangible, and also pointing to protection. When we are moving out into that grid, when we're trying to figure out something, to make new discoveries, we are actually protected when we make that kind of journey. So all that stuff about UFOs coming in here and showing up as being some kind of hostile energy, that's not my belief in any way. That's not what I've experienced the few times that I have been experiencing something paranormal. But I know that some people do, but here we are being reminded that we are protected, okay? So let's see, we have one card coming out here. Yeah, it pretty much wants to speak for itself. So here we have the Seas of Mintaka. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually, I think that there is a woman here in the water, lying here, going under the surface. Again, back to Piscean energy and the moon, right? So this is about seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Exactly. There's something that has been rumbling down here for a long time, and now the sun is putting its spotlight on it while it is in a water sign itself, okay? Extremely important energy coming in here. And that's also why there is being brought up a lot of unexpected energies, back to the Page of Wands. A lot of unexpected stuff coming up right now to teach us, to bring up more knowledge, more learning about the structure of our civilization, and how much that energy, that we also send a lot of energy out in space from that kind of particular structure, and it is a very destructive, low vibrational structure that we got going right now. So we are also emitting all of that energy out into space, which is affecting, the grid, which is affecting other places in cosmos, And it's like we are beginning to understand that now. And when we change our consciousness from being somewhat destructive to somewhat more constructive, when we start to live out through the glasses of idealism, and through the eyes of unconditional love, something will happen. Then we start to emit that energy out, and that will also bring back different responses than what we perhaps have experienced before from space, from cosmos, okay? So we are beginning to see the light. We are beginning to make some new inner discoveries. We definitely feel perhaps more connected to the divine, because now we start to look at it very tangibly, how we are interacting with the grid. And let's pull some advice cards here to finish up this, or to wrap this reading up. Let's see what's coming out here. A little bit of advice. Okay. And we have a color card here. A color card here. Eggplant. Eggplant, okay? And let's just figure out from this book what this is all about. But with the colors in this card deck, they're always pointing to what we need right now. So also with the amethyst color, the deep purple color here, and the green color, it's a reference back to our crown chakra, and it's pointing back to, through the green color, to our heart chakras. Okay, so we really need to connect right now, these two, that whatever we are picking up on, it's going to initiate something within our hearts. So also here, through our heartbeat, again, the heart is the most important organ we have in our bodies. So it's also marking the pulses of the pulse of the universe, like the dum. So when we tune into that heart chakra, when we're taking information in from our crown chakra, we need to connect with our heart chakra. And when we do that, we are in completely alignment with, we are coming into divine connection. We're starting to see alignment, okay? And that is also what we need to begin to take action on. That can come as something very spontaneous, very instinctive, masculine energy through Page of Wands, and then a more feminine energy through Eight of Pentacles. We'd like to see more details of whatever it is that is coming in now as new learning or improved knowledge about our materialistic structure. What is going on? We need to read the details, but something unexpected could happen. And as I've mentioned before, I strongly believe that we are just in the times where a new recession could happen, where this time it will really hit us so much harder than it did in 2007 and 8. And that was hard enough, but not everyone was hit by it, okay? We can see how many people have made money, a lot of money, even here in little Denmark. A lot of money, okay? Almost sickening, because it makes no sense that some people have been able to make a lot of money out of people becoming poor. So some of that is going to be hit this time as well. No one can say after this crisis or the next recession we're moving into can say, oh, well, I didn't feel that. Or maybe I just felt it a little bit. No, it's gonna hit hard, okay? And I feel that could be something of that coming in, that we start to feel where this civilization of ours, this materialistic structure, the grounding of it all, where that is leading us. Okay, so let's move back to the eggplant, which is actually talking about being more sexy and seductive and flirtatious. So again, I feel that back to what I said what I mentioned in the beginning of the video, being more childlike, play with these energies, use our imagination as a tool, recognize our or acknowledge our imagination as a tool, communication tool between us and someone or something out there, okay? Start to flirt a little bit more with that energy, okay? Flirt with our crown chakra, you know, what could be going on, who's coming in, why do I feel the way I feel right now, what am I sensing, okay? And then allow ourselves maybe to move into our own space, maybe even to physically move into our more private room where we can be ourselves. Also a typical sign of Piscean energy, or a characteristic of Piscean energy, that we need sometimes to be alone to be able to feel what is our own feelings and what are the feelings of others, okay? To be able to tune into this and not allow other people to say, oh no, you're just imagining that. That's just your fantasy, you know, you can't count on that. Yes, you can. Of course you can. It's time that we start to wake up to new levels of awareness and starting to accept that there is a meaning of being, you know, of having a more childlike outlook on the world, okay? So we are here working with our more flirtatious side, our more seductive side, you know, try to find out what's really going on perhaps in the shadow sides. Why have we not allowed ourselves to be more childlike, to be more playful in our approach to all of this? So something is definitely coming out of the shadow sides here, really. So let's just finish this reading by pulling one last card. Let's see how many cards are coming out, but let's just see what the final advice here may, you know, is to us. What is the final message here? Okay, we have two cards come out. Okay, and they're coming out together. Okay, and this is my own card deck, but spring actually means to jump in Danish. Okay, that's why I found this. I made this card deck in English, but I found this very funny because springtime is also where we are beginning to be more physically active, right? Where we want to make these quantum leaps, where we finally want to jump into maybe new chapters of our lives, okay? And so here we can see with this woman in the picture, she has a very dreamy look. And back to the card over there, very seductive perhaps, very flirtatious, but this is actually talking about our dreams. What are our dreams? And back to the water again here. What is it for, what kind of civilization? I don't know if you can see in the background, there are houses here. What kind of civilization do we wish to build? You know, what is the ideal civilization, okay? And that is definitely built on love. Coming out here. Okay, so these two cards are about making some quantum leaps right now, pushing our limitations to really move further out there, maybe to meet Saturn, to see where we have been very rigid, very restricted perhaps, very limited, and right now we start to go beyond that. We start to infuse our civilization with more acceptance of love and being sensitive and being tender. So pushing our limitations, also listening to our dreams at nighttime, what is coming out there, some kind of answer could show up there as well, and we just need to love it because expansion awaits. Expansion awaits. Back to the Page of Wands, something unexpected where we can take some quantum leaps perhaps. And sometimes we must remember that chocolate can be bitter, it can be sweet, but either way, we just need to love it. Whatever is coming up right now, we just need to love it, because it's like, I feel that it's like a portal, okay, in our own awareness, in our own consciousness, that where there is some kind of breakthrough, we finally start to get it, okay? So we'll just put these two cards up here, okay? So that was what I had for you in this AstroTarot reading. I hope that you have been inspired to dive even deeper into these energies, into these cards. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section down below. I would be very happy to hear from you, or if you want to share some kind of paranormal experience that you've had, please do that as well. I can guarantee that there are many other people out there who would love to come out and share their experiences as well, because it is a world that is pushing their limitation to reach us, and now we have to push our limitation to reach them, okay, so that we can become one, so that we can begin to build up the earth with the energies that was intended for us to live in and to live by. So with that being said, I would just love to thank you one more time for tuning in and spending some of your precious minutes with me in here. Take great care of yourselves, no matter where you are in the world. Please take great care of yourselves, okay? We're in this together, and things are finally beginning to open up to us. So thank you so much, and bye for now.